CJ, just as you're getting ready here for UMass, just what have you guys kind of done over the last week or two that you could say you've been able to increase some things? Coach was saying that like you were installing some different things during camp and then dialed it back the first couple of weeks. But from a receiver standpoint, just what are some of the things that you've been trying to do to extend as you kind of get these first couple weeks out of the way?
Just to stay with the basics. Never go away from the basics. What we learned during camp, we emphasized doing the little things right and expanding on the details. And I think that we took a step this week.
Go next to Emma Healy with the Heights.
Hey, CJ. So when you, have a sort of a blowout result like you did last weekend, Coach Hafley talked about how things might look really good on the field, but then you have to take an objective look on film. So what did you see on film that you're trying to build on this week, and how do you go about building on what you worked on last week?
On film, I felt like we could have handled the details better, our splits, our techniques, our assignments, being better blockers on the perimeter. I feel like that we took a look at the film and we decided that we could take another step this week with that.
Next question from Rich.
I see. How do you and Phil work together to take advantage of your height? You have wide receiver speed, but a tight end's height. How do you use that to your advantage?
Me and Phil, we throw extra after practice. We go over film at my house and we see how we can take advantage of defenders who might be undersized or might not be as quick as me. And during practice, we just go 100%. We go hard every day, and then Saturdays, we just reap the results.
Let's hear from Trevor.
For you personally and for the other players on the team, does this feel like a kind of a different atmosphere because it's UMass, because it's in state, or is it like any other game for you guys?
One game is not too big or too small. We approach every week the same. And it's an in-state game for both of us. So obviously there's a lot to play for, but at the end of the day, we have bigger goals, and we just want to approach the week the same regardless of who we're playing.
Next question from Andy, and then we'll have time for one more.
Hey, CJ, Coach Hafley talked about how you guys are going to be wearing the red bandana jerseys this weekend in honor of the 20th anniversary of 9/11. What does it mean to you to be able to honor Wells on a day like this, the exact day in which the tragedy happened?
It's a big honor. Wells is a very legendary and great guy at BC. 9/11 was a tragic event, and I feel like this is a great way to honor him in the 9/11 event that happened 21 years ago. Hopefully we can put on a show for Wells, his family, and everyone else that's tuned in this weekend.
We'll finish with the second question from Dan.
Kind of building on the local angle, I know you're a Connecticut guy, and I think you were on the field or played against UConn a couple of years ago. There was a question earlier just about BC kind of being the standard bearer or the kind of the big dog, if you will, in New England. But for you to be able to play those teams, the UConn, UMass, I know there was Holy Cross a couple of years ago. What's New England football like as someone who grew up here and now has played against those teams?
New England football is very underrated. Obviously, we don't get the same hype as down south or in the West Coast or whatever. But New England has ballers. We work hard to try to prove a point that we can play ball up here as well. This weekend's going to be fun. I know a couple guys that go to these surrounding schools up here in New England, and can't wait to compete.